Alrighty. Here we are on another ship. This one is a temporal ship. I think they're, it's like a, I got them in a pack. That's the, for the temporal operative pack. This is like the 31st century ships. They're all based on the ship from a Voyager episode where they go back in time to like the 90s in LA or something like that. And the ship is pretty cool. There's also another mission where 7 of 9 has to go back in time and like save herself from herself or something like that. It's weird. Anyway, so these are all based on that kind of design with the glass domes and stuff like that. So this is pretty cool. This is one of 3. This one is the Dreadnought. There's also a escort that has really cool looking wings, as well as a science ship. That's pretty cool too. But they all have the same little engine thingy back here. So that's that. Oh, I also noticed a glitch earlier. You can actually get super close on this thing, like so much that camera clips through it, which is really cool. So you get to see all the details more than usual on here. Almost looks like there's like a organic part of the hull right here, which is pretty cool. Very nice. So, alright, that's that. So this is the Temporal Dreadnought Cruiser. I have this upgraded to T6X2, so I can add extra traits as well as extra loadouts in the engineering and universal sections, as well as devices. So this one here, I've got loaded with all of the temporal weapons. Sorry. These come from the reputation system. When you upgrade the continuing support, they'll give you a little lockbox, and sometimes these thingies come out of it. So these are all temporal defense chronoton beams. They all do anti-proton damage, and in a 250 degree targeting arc. Are all the same for the most part. Some of them have more damage, some of them have less. All sorts of different modifiers on here, but basically it's just a full complement of those. The only one that's different is this one. This is the one that's actually from the reputation system, so obviously it does way more damage. So because I had that, I went ahead and loaded up one of the 2-part set here so that we could get a little bit more damage. This one does extra weapon damage, energy weapon damage, as well as critical severity. Then for the shields, warp, impulse, and deflector, I'm doing my usual of the ones that are from the Discovery Legends reputation system. For my devices, I just have my regular here of the subspace field modulator, the red matter capacitor, and oh, I loaded something wrong. It's supposed to have this temporal negotiator here. I figured it'd go with the theme, temporal, all that temporal Cold War stuff. This one increases, reduces the bridge officer recharge. This one increases my damage resistance, and this one increases my weapon power levels. For my universal console, and a bunch of these actually, I just look for all the temporal stuff. So this is the chronometric capacitor. I can't remember what mission it's from, but it increases the weapon power settings and the exotic particle generator and torpedo damage, which doesn't do me any good because I don't have any torpedoes. But that's what I got. This one was from an event. This is the Temporal Disorder console. This creates 4 copies of your ship that fight for you. And then after they expire, they boost your speed and turn rate, which is pretty cool. This is the Temporal Disentanglement Suite. This one increases auxiliary power, shield capacity, critical chance, and a handful of other things, and shield resistance. I just basically chose all the time stuff, so that's that one. And then I got a temporally shielded data core, which was a mission reward. It's not part of a set or anything. It doesn't really do anything crazy, but I figured it would go along with this because it's temporal. These items are all, they say chronoton beams, but they do anti-proton damage. So I figured I'd add anti-proton mag regulators to increase my anti-proton damage, as well as two a Bellum directed energy distribution manifold and a Pax directed energy distribution manifold to increase beam damage, critical hit chance, and hull capacity. Because this is a Dreadnought, it also has a hangar bay. This is the advanced Epoch fighters, and they do a lot of good damage as well. So we'll load some of them up just to start with. Oh, sorry. I forgot to talk about these right here. So I've got the 3-part set from the 31st century temporal starships. This is the chronotachyon capacitor. This is the causal anchor, and this is the tactical systems stabilizer. So this one increases firing cycle haste and recharge time for bridge officer abilities. This one creates, this one's pretty cool. It creates two little, they call them causal anchors, and they're little units in space, and they float together, and then when they hit each other, they explode. It's pretty cool. This one creates a chronotachyon capacitor. This one, what does this one do? Oh, this one heals and damages the enemy. Yeah. So, there you go. That's that. Because this is a temporal ship, it also does these items here, which are configuration modules. I always just click it to offensive because it gives you extra engine power, flight speed, and turn rate. I never really use the other ones, but alright, let's see if we can kill some enemies. Let's see if the Borg can stand up against the 31st century. There's that causal anchor. See how those two pieces are moving towards each other, causing more and more damage. And then once they get right next to each other, they blow up. Classic. Alright, and then we'll do this one here. This is the overload tactical system, so that I can see how I'm firing way more often. And then I'll also do, for the last enemy, I'll do this one, which is the chronotachyon capacitor, which I didn't really need. But yeah, and just like that, the enemies are defeated. I didn't really use any of the other stuff, but I'll show you how they work anyway. So this is the temporal disorder. You know, I'll just do a, where'd that thing go? There we go. This thing has massive survivability. So I can probably just sit here with the enemy shooting me and I'll be fine. Let's go ahead and use this real quick here. That one. Then we'll do the temporal disorder. So now I got 4 reinforcements here to defend me. And just like that, they are no more. So after these guys expire, Oh, they last a whole minute. Well, it'll show it maybe. Anyway, after these guys expire, they give me a speed and turn rate boost. So, there it goes. See? So I can turn way faster. It's very nice. So, anyway, this, like I said, this is one of my favorite ships. Very powerful, good survivability, especially with the T6-X2 boost on here. My health is over 1,000, which is really high. So, that's that. We'll see you on the next one. Enjoy.